The Protestant Bible is flawed. Yes, I know that sounds harsh. Not only will this kind of talk upset Protestants, but maybe some Catholics as well. I better put up or shut up on this topic, and for the next 3 minutes or so, that's what I plan to do. You will be the judge, and I'd love to hear from both of those who agree and disagree with me in the comments section of this video. Let's start first with a simple definition of flawed. It is something that is blemished, damaged, or imperfect in some way. Well, that is exactly what the Protestant Bible is. But because it is flawed, does not mean it doesn't have great worth or value, though. A flawed diamond can still have great value. So why would I say that the Protestant Bible is flawed? Well, it's because for 1,000 years, the only known Bible in circulation, the Latin Vulgate, had 73 books in it. Not until the Protestant founders took out 7 books did the Christian community have a 66-book Bible to read from. But is that really that big of a deal? Well, let me ask you, if I removed 3 books from the New Testament and 4 books from the Old Testament and called that book the Bible, would you have issue with that? If you would, and you should, why? Well, because truth should be that important, and you wouldn't want a flawed book calling itself the Bible, right? If a company provided you a set of instructions, but left out a key step or two, how do you feel about that? Would you think, oh, they got everything else right? What's the big deal of missing a few steps? Well, no. So why should we accept just a few books being left out of the Bible? Because we as Catholics, I believe, have become weak over time in accepting error. Here's how the Council of Trent discussed the 66-book Bible when it first became a threat. If anyone does not accept as sacred and canonical the aforesaid 73 books in their entirety and with all their parts, as they have been accustomed to be read in the Catholic Church, and as they are contained in the old Latin Vulgate edition, and knowingly and deliberately rejects the aforesaid traditions, let him be anathema. We've forgotten or just don't care anymore about how serious this is. And why? Why would they remove 7 books? Because in one of those books, it states that it is a wholesome and holy thought to pray for the dead. Well, it's purgatory. If purgatory exists, then Protestantism is dead. Thus, after 1,000 years of one Bible, a man-made belief system trumped truth. Let's just be honest with ourselves and with our separated brethren. They removed 7 books from the Bible, and we know why. We don't hate them for this, but we can't condone it or make it seem like a minor matter either. They changed the Word of God to align with a man-made belief system. That should be a big deal. The true Bible has 73 books in it and always has. The 66-book Bible is flawed due to the removal of 7 books. Prove me wrong. I'd love to hear your thoughts.